Greetings, everyone. David J Coon with Qigong Awareness, author, you know by now. Qigong for Beginners, your path to greater health and vitality. So today, in vlog number 47, I was actually going to do a separate video for this, and I decided to turn it into a vlog because this subject is so close to my heart in many ways. Maybe there's a little pun in there. I'm not sure. Anyway, can Qigong heal back pain? Absolutely yes. David, are you sure? Yes, I'm sure. How do I know? Well, some of you know, some of you don't know. I'll try and go through the story quickly and get on to other things because I have some important details to share with you and about some upcoming programs that I have, an online course that I have. So if you're somebody that is struggling with back pain, I have some solutions, some remedies for you. So this is where I hope to guide you and direct you. So my story began, the story some of you have often heard me tell at this point, but I'm 12 years old. I get run over by a trailer. It's Halloween night. I jump out of the trailer. I go run across this field of trees, whatever. I jump in the trailer. I get kicked out. Trailer runs me over. Okay. The trailer's filled with kids, hay, etc. Okay. Luckily, there were no horses in there, or I'd be dead. Anyway, it ran me over. It wasn't good. I blacked out. The kids woke me up saying, "He's dead. He's dead." And from there, I ended up going. I ended up going home. It took me a couple of days before I ended up going to the doctor. It's amazing. I didn't even go to the emergency room. It's crazy. And by the way, this is a new juicy piece of information for some of you. You might find it humorous if you heard the story before. Try and throw in some other funny details, whatever. So apparently, this trailer was like a killer, like not like a killer, but the same trailer when I went into the house and talked to the guy who owned this farm and all of this. His daughter brought me in there, said, "Dad, David got run over." Anyway, he brings me in, and I'm ready for the lecture and to get in trouble and everything. Anyway, he says that trailer ran me over while I was working on it, and it was empty at the time. It ran over him with only one wheel on it, and apparently it ran over the guy's rib cage and like broke all of his ribs. Anyway, apparently this trailer had some kind of karma there. Anyway, but I didn't break any bones, which was absolutely amazing, the level that it was, but I was covered in abrasions and so on. Over the next couple of years, scoliosis began developing. I started having really, really bad back pain. I spent the next 13 years with a spine that was getting worse and worse every year that went by. And over the course of that roughly 13 years, um, by the time I was 25, which would be about 10 years in from when they discovered the scoliosis, at least when it was really starting to get bad, they basically said, your spine looks like you're 85 years old. So that was at 25 years old. So can Qigong help with back pain? Can it heal back pain? Yes. It took me 13 years. I hope to help you do it a lot quicker than 13 years. Now, granted, I had severe back pain. I had vertebrae in my neck were fused with arthritis, literally like stuck together with arthritis, twisted. My cervical spine was growing toward, bowing out forward toward my throat, as was my lumbar spine, pushing toward my belly button. My thoracic spine up here in between my upper back was actually going like in an S type curve, and my shoulder was down like this, and my back was crooked. Now, this is coming from somebody who was an athlete, different sports teams and so on. Um, Even at 21 years old, I was a personal trainer. I was martial arts black belt. By that time, I was teaching martial arts and so on. And my spine was a mess. So, being an athlete, understanding stretching, you know, practicing martial arts, doing different types of exercises, none of it was touching in a positive way the scoliosis. It was not improving the scoliosis. And at the time, 15 years old, I started going to chiropractors. That was helping alleviate some of this discomfort and the pain. But for me, over time, I found that the chiropractic was not helpful long term because after 10 years of chiropractic, approximately 3 days a week, and considering going to school to become a chiropractor, after 10 years of treatments, my spine was significantly worse than when I started. Now, I do not blame that on chiropractic. Chiropractic actually gave me relief and it helped me. I just think for me in the story, chiropractic was not a solution for my back pain. Temporary solution, yes, it got me through. It was not curative for me. It did not work. I dropped the idea of going to school, and in fact, I haven't been to a chiropractor since I was 25 years old. I think the discipline is good for some people, and I do believe that it can offer some immediate relief. I also think some chiropractic can be pretty extreme and dangerous, so make your own judgments on chiropractic there. Acupuncture can offer some relief for some people with back pain. Acupuncture is a very interesting modality. And I was also having acupuncture done, and massage is a wonderful modality for back pain. But if you get a lot of massages, like that can really add up too, and it's expensive and so on. All right. So let me now jump to some of the punch here because I could tell a lot more about that part of the story, but I want to stay with some punchy stuff here for you and hopefully lead you towards some relief, lead you towards some help, point you in a direction. Okay. So the next piece then that I would add is that after 10 years of, again, chiropractic, yes, but also acupuncture, also massage, also martial arts, also stretching, also weightlifting and personal training. You know, I was a personal trainer, but I was also training myself and stretching and doing all these different kinds of things. None of it was touching the spinal disease. Every year it was getting worse and worse and worse, which was extremely discouraging, okay, on the level that it was. I do think that there is a mental journey that goes along with anybody's physical journey. I'm not going to get into that in this particular video. We'll save that for other videos and other times. I think it's very important to have a mental approach as well, but I want to stick with this. I'll come back to this main theme, main question, which is, can Qigong heal back pain? And I said yes, and I'm still saying yes. And now let me tell you the why, a little bit about the why. One of the reasons why is that back pain, and by the way, one of the places I'm going to point you in the direction of, and I'm going to reference it right now because I don't have time to get into all of it in this video, but I have an online course. It's mostly taken by acupuncturists and massage therapists for continuing education, but some lay people, regular everyday people have found it, and I'm going to direct you to it. And right now, I believe it's on sale. Don't quote me, but go check it out. I believe it's on sale for $199. It's usually on sale for $249 or something like that. And if it's not on sale, maybe contact my wife and ask her for a promo code. But and tell her you watch this vlog. Having said that, okay, this course, I go through in great detail my story of back pain, my perspective on back pain, and how I healed my spine of a severe spinal disease, severe version of scoliosis, which they say, by the way, cannot be done. It can't be done. Everybody I came to said, this can't be fixed. Well, we're going to do our best to like help you, deal with it. But when I was 25, they said, look, get ready for like the nursing home or whatever, because yeah, you're gonna have to have somebody taking care of you because your spine is on the verge of crushing your lungs and your internal organs and all of this. It was a very, very bad spinal disease. So I began doing even more Qigong because I started Qigong, earlier and since I'd been doing Qigong along with everything else for 10 years. So what did I figure out toward the end that I'm now sharing with you? Well, number one, you're going to have to watch the online course because it's like 8 or 10 hours worth of footage from one of my weekend programs where I go into great detail about how to do it. Okay. There's just too many details for me to go into in one short video. I mean, think about it. It's like 8 or 10 hours worth of information. And In general, can I show you one exercise or two exercises or three exercises that will help back pain? Yes. In fact, I'll put a link in the description below. I have one of those online. We've had maybe 25,000 views, I think, on that particular video. So there are exercises that in general will help you with back pain, and they're going to help you for various reasons. When back pain is challenging, back pain is severe, etc., and you're not finding relief from some basic practice like three Qigong exercises or something, which was my case as well, okay? Then you have to go deeper. Those deeper practices are what I now call medical qigong. I started learning and going more and more into what is called medical qigong, which is considered the father of acupuncture. And there's a lot of details related to the inner workings of the body. I try and break it down and make it simple so that you can understand it and that anybody can understand it. Okay. I don't get too complicated. I point to some science and this and that, but then I come back to practice. So, how does this work? Well, one thing that is involved for sure is learning to breathe better. But in learning to breathe better, you have many people talking about that and teaching that, okay? One of the things that differs with what I will teach you, whether you take the certification program or you come to a live workshop or whatever it is that you do, I'm going to get into greater details about, you'll hear me talking about saliva. You'll hear me talking about the hormones that are being secreted into saliva. You'll hear me talking about how hormones are either life hormones or death hormones, and how they're secreting different messages into your cells, into the cells that make up your musculature and make up your bones, like literally all the way down to the DNA. And within the medical Qigong, secret practices, and again, lately I've been using that word a lot, but it's just true. It is secret to so many people. They just don't know. And I went searching and I found these needles in a haystack. Haha, acupuncture, right? But I found these needles, these juicy, juicy pieces of information. And for me, typically how it worked, I was very, very dedicated to practice, and I would spend many hours practicing Qigong and martial art and meditation and so on. I started discovering different things. And then I wanted to know more about it. So I'd like go to my master, I'd go to a teacher or whatever the thing was, and they'd share some information back with me. And I always found that my teachers didn't always have all the answers. But I would then go seek, and they might tell me something. Then I'd go look, and I found in some of the ancient texts, okay, like the Yellow Emperor's Classic and things like this related to Oriental medicine and so on. I found things that I was already discovering in practice. I started putting them together and I started having big ahas. So let me give you just a general gist on this. I don't want to make this video too long, give you too many things to think about, but I'm going to point you in two directions real quick, and then I'll tell you this one last little piece if you want, and then you can go to either any of the three resources that I give you to go start working on healing your own back pain. Number one, in May, on May 13th, from 10 a.m. to 12 noon, I'm going to be doing a program, Qigong for Healing Back Pain. Okay? It's free, 100% free. It is being sponsored by the Love, Peace, Amen Foundation. Okay? That particular program, I'm going to talk about once again my story. I'm going to go through exercises that would be really beneficial for people in healing back pain. So that's resource number one, and it's 100% free. Okay, 2 hours. All right. I'm going to teach some Qigong exercises. I'm going to teach some meditation, and I'm going to talk about different ways that you can heal back pain. Okay, that's number one. Number two, if you really want something that's a little bit more transformational, in other words, you want to upgrade, you want to go a little bit higher, and you want to do a little bit more, you want to know a little bit more, because knowledge is power, and it can help you heal more difficult situations and so on. Take the online course, okay? And again, this is uh, medical Qigong for healing back pain. And it is on our website, QigongAwareness.com, and it is under the online CEU courses. Okay. And if you don't need CEUs, it doesn't matter. Okay. But that's what it's under. That's the category you can find it under. And I've taught this course to many acupuncturists and massage therapists and other types of healers and professional healers and counselors and all kinds of people. A few medical doctors, a couple of nurses. Anyway, so, and also a bunch of lay people. So, who person just means they don't have a skill in those kinds of health professional world or whatever. Okay. All right. So that's the next level. And for those of you who maybe you've already done that or whatever, you want to go to the a level beyond that, just so you know, people literally in who have done our online certification program to train themselves to become certified Qigong instructors. They go through two courses. They can pick any two courses. So it could be like back pain, and then it could be another course like reducing stress and anxiety. And if they take those two courses, plus they do some other training and answer certain questions and fill out certain forms and so on, and we understand that they have a working knowledge of how these practices come together, and we want to put our name behind them and say, yes, they are one of our certified instructors, then we literally, that's like the next level. Person upgrades, they become a level one certified Qigong instructor. Most YMCAs, most old folks' homes will, so on and so forth. They require gyms, they require that you have some type of certification. So even though the United States as a whole does not require certification, most gyms, most nursing homes, most places that you would teach, like a YMCA, etc., they do require certification, but that's not the only reason to get certified. One of the reasons to take the courses is to heal your own pain. We've had people who've done that level one program who literally, just from doing Qigong, have lost 40 pounds. No joke. The one guy I'm thinking about in particular, he lost 40 pounds. He might be listening today. He lost 40 pounds and he healed his low back pain from years of low back pain. Okay. Years of low back pain. In fact, I think he was a nurse for many years. And so is it possible? Yeah, it's definitely possible. So the breathing is going to be involved, but when we get into it, we're going to get into more details. It's not just the breathing, guys. It's about the internal workings of the energy in your body and how your body communicates. It has to do with your chi, it has to do with your blood, it has to do with your breath, it has to do with your lymphatic system. And knowledge is power. So those are the directions that I'm going to point you in. I'll put some links in the description below and check it out if you're interested in healing back pain. By the way, I healed the entire spinal disease, probably 97% of it or something like that. That's a rough guesstimate. There's a few little kinks here and there, but it's literally a world transformation, and the pain is nothing like it was. I went on from there to get two more black belts in different martial arts, which I never would have been able to do if my spine kept going in the direction that it was going, as well as many years now, 7 years or so of Brazilian Jiu Jitsu training at literally 54 years old. So, in fact, just tested for my purple belt, which is considered a higher rank in Jiu-Jitsu. Next rank would be brown belt. Next rank after that would be black belt. None of this would have been possible without Qigong. So, can Qigong heal your back pain? 100%. Yes, absolutely. It will take some time, it will take some education, but it is well worth it. Anybody can do it, and it is not painful like going to the gym and lifting weights or trying to get down on the floor and stretch your body out in certain yoga positions that you may not be able to do anymore. So, check it out. Check out these resources and let me know how it works out for you. I hope I can point you in not only point you in the right direction, but get you some results. All right. Thanks, guys.